What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Welcome to
hey.
Downright Random. I am Mike. This is Janine. We are your hosts. So today
Hey.
we're doing a live. We're doing a little bit of a change up today. We just wanted to try something. So we're just going to be doing the live today. We may do it again in the future. This is just kind of an impromptu.
Let's just be honest. Like, we didn't have a video ready, so that's what we're doing.
We didn't have a video ready, but we
Yeah.
discussed it. And
Yeah.
we were just like, let's just try it live.
Yeah.
So, but no, we didn't have a video ready. But
Yeah.
we wanted to try something and just see how a live worked and if it was better, worse, or whatever. I mean, I know that for me, we don't have an intro. We won't have an outro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys like the intros and outros. If you didn't like them, I mean, definitely let us know in the comments. I mean, let us know what you think we're doing right or doing wrong.
Yeah.
But today we just wanted to try something different. We just wanted to go live and just be on the spot with you guys. There's no editing to this. There's no anything. So what you hear is what it is. So basically we wanted to start off with just talking about, like, with the world the way it is, things have changed everywhere. And the numbers came out for Disney on how much money they did not make or they lost over the past few months. And it was like $3 billion or something. Yeah. Now, one of the things that we've been talking about is, are we going to go back to Disney? Because we like Disney.
Yeah, and because before all of this, we did say we were going to go back for the 50th anniversary, and we also to Disney World. Yeah. And we were also saying it because they were making a few new rides. Like the one ride that we were really excited about was the Tron ride. And so we originally were like, yeah, we're going to go back because we went to Disney 3 years in a row. And we didn't go last year.
We did not.
Yeah, but the previous years we went 3 years in a row, and we like going because it's one of those things where I'm not really going to get too much into like all the behind the stuff about Disney. I know a lot of people don't like Disney as a corporation. There's a lot of things and all that. But as far as like just going for a vacation spot, something to do, something to kind of take you out of reality, and enjoy like the entertainment of all of that. We do enjoy doing that. And so we originally we were planning to do that. And now all this happened. And to be honest, I myself personally, the way it is now, like at this moment, I wouldn't go to Disney. I feel like a lot of the stuff is watered down. A lot of the stuff is like not as big of an experience as you could possibly have. Like, for example, like we were talking about the meet and greets with the characters. You can't do that.
There's no meet and greets.
Yeah. And I love hugging the characters. Like a lot of people do. And so you can't do that. You have to wear a mask. And so in a lot of the photos, like on the rides and stuff, you're gonna have the mask on.
If they're gonna do
those. Yeah, because they don't have like the memory maker, which is like
it's the photo pass, it's like kind of thing.
Yeah, photo pass. So you can go to like the castmates and they can do your photo like in front of the castle or whatever in different spots of the parks. You also can't park hop, which means like you can't go from different like within the day. So there's if you're not big like know about Disney, some people just don't know because I was before the first time I went, I didn't know about all the different parks and everything like that. So there's Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. And so during the day on a usual like Disney trip, you can be like in Hollywood Studios and be like, hey, I want to go to Animal Kingdom. And so you're like, you know what? I'm pretty much done here. Let's go over and park hop. And so you can't do that now. Now everything has to be like on reservations. Like it's not everything has to be planned to the T. And I think that will kind of make some people like you like some things to be planned. Like you have your fast passes.
You like flexibility.
Yeah, you like some flexibility.
You don't have to be so like structured to be like, we have to do this now because it takes away a lot of it.
And also people do resort hopping, and I don't even think you can do that now.
Not all the resorts.
Yeah. So a lot of people like to go to like the different resorts and like just kind of like you can go to different stores, go to different restaurants and all this other stuff. And also another thing that we like doing is pin trading, which that is like a fun thing because like usually like the castmates will have like a lanyard on, and then you kind of like you can pick what pins you want to trade with them, whatever. Sometimes they do like trivia and all stuff. You can't do that anymore because that's too much contact. So they were going to put on the board. I don't know if they brought that back yet, but it's not as exciting because you're not interacting with the castmates, and you like to interact with the castmates. Another thing they did change before all of this happened that I wasn't really too keen on was they were trying to push like for the photo pass for the photographers. They were doing like a little like box, and you stand in front of like a I guess automated kind of camera with the characters. I was not for that, and I'm still not for that. I feel like one that takes away from someone's job.
Right.
And I also feel like it's not as, because sometimes like the person that is with the characters, they help kind of like communicate, because the characters can't talk to you unless they're talking characters. But if they're like a costume character, like sometimes they help, you know.
So for me, like the only thing that I think that would work for is like when you have like those walls that it's just a wall.
It's just a wall.
Like
the
one painted wall, or the, not really a painted wall, but like it was just that scenery thing of in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's no need for a photographer there because you can just stand in front of it and picture and then
walk away.
But definitely with characters, because the characters can't talk.
Yeah.
And so it's like you need to be able to interact with them. That's what the photo pass photographers were doing.
Because like I said, they don't talk. They can only do like hand movements and kind of like, expressions and all this other stuff. And so they kind of help, build that communication with you. If you're not understanding, they kind of know what they're trying to say.
And you were not very good.
Oh my God.
Talking with the,
what was it? Buzz Lightyear.
It was Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my goodness. I felt like my brain was going to break. And I felt like the person, I give the person so much credit.
I feel like they were really trying.
They were really trying to communicate something. And I was just like, what are you doing? And it was just like, but it was really funny. And so I think that, and I also think that sometimes it helps like kids that may be a little nervous to characters, even like adults, like you may be a little nervous. And I think the person actually helps, because some of the characters, like, what was it? The Monsters Inc. characters, like the Sully character, is it Sully, the big one?
Yeah.
He's huge. And so for a kid that may be like, whoa, like, you see them on the TV and then like you see them in person, they're excited, but they may be a little nervous. And so I think that that person kind of helps, ease their nerves or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think you might get better pictures. I don't know. Cause like, when to pose and everything. So that was another thing, but that was even before all this stuff. So at the current moment, no prices have been like really reduced, which they can't because they're kind of draining with the money and everything, because with all this, like there's no parks that are open like they are now, but it's very limited. There's no cruises going on. There's no movies that are going into the movie theater, because I know they were supposed to release Mulan and all this other stuff.
But they're thinking about doing Mulan now on Disney Plus, but it's going to be a paid thing. And it's going to be like $30. Like the rumors right now is it's going to cost like $30 to watch it.
Yeah. But that still doesn't really help as much as if, let's say a family of like 4 went to the movie theater or something like that, No, but it does give more than just the normal, subscription.
Right. But it's one of those things. Are people going to pay it for it? Like if they have all those other movies, are they going to pay for it? I don't know. I
don't know if Mulan's going to be the one to bring it in.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if it was a different movie, that was a little more groundbreaking and a little more in demand, I feel like maybe it would make that difference. I don't know if Mulan's going to be the one to pull it in. Not to talk bad about it, but I just don't know if that's going to be the one that's going to like.
But it's also one of those things that is that going to make them enough money to make it be like, all right, you're paying like whatever it is, $16 a month, $10 a month, whatever it is, depending on which package you have. Is that going to make it enough to add another $30? And then are they going to keep doing it?
Yeah.
And are you willing to pay that every time they bring a new movie out?
Yeah.
Or are you just going to wait 6 months and then they'll release it on there for free?
Yeah. Something I was mentioning to your mom also, I was like, I'm surprised they haven't put more of like the Disney on Broadway plays on Disney Plus. And your mom was saying that they may be putting Aladdin on soon. But I thought I would have thought they would have tried to like put more of them on.
Well, now that Hamilton's on there, they're probably going to do more. Like
just
Broadway
trying to see if people would
stuff.
want to watch a Broadway play on there. Yeah. Cause like they can put like Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that and Aladdin.
Lion King.
Yeah. Lion King and everything. So that would probably be something that they're probably going to try to like, put in that little,
that awful Mary Poppins rendition.
It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful. It was just different. It wasn't awful though, but I know in your mind it was, but yeah, the only thing about Aladdin, I feel like it's going to be cool to watch it, but seeing it in person and like how like effort effortless and like how like clean it looked with the magic carpet. I think you're not going to really get that same feel.
That scene was amazing.
Yeah, in person. Yeah, so I think it'll lose some of that, but you can still kind of enjoy it. But you will lose some of that. So going back around to like
the parks.
Me personally, like I don't know what the future holds. Obviously, none of us do. But at current moment, like if we were gonna go like this year, I would say no. And I would say
I would recommend, unless you live within an hour, and have a season pass, I would not recommend going.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like it really.
You're not gonna have fun. Especially for a family trip.
Yeah.
Like you can make yourself have fun, but I don't think it's going to be as fun as you're going to think it's going to be, or try to make it seem.
I think it's going to be too, just like I said, too restricted and too just, you have to stay on one thing.
It's one of those things that it would now turn your vacation to either it's going to be a lot longer because you have to reserve a day in the park, which means that you have to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, all right, we have to figure out what we can get done in this amount of time. What do we want to do? And all that kind of stuff. But it's not going to be fun.
No,
it's not going to be fun at all.
And do you still have to quarantine before you go? Like,
that's going to depend. So that's
more money too on the state you're coming.
State you're coming from.
Yeah.
So if you're coming from one of the hotspot states like California, New York, New Jersey,
I think North Carolina, South Carolina is still on there, right?
I don't know if North Carolina, South Carolina are on there, but like there's a few other states. I don't know them all, but you have to quarantine for like 2 weeks. So that means that your trip, you'll have to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks before you can do anything. And then you can have your vacation and go out and about.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to plan that you're going to be stuck for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then now you're going to a Disney that's not really at full capacity or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And so another thing that we were talking about, because we actually like Epcot a lot, and I enjoy talking to the people that are from like the different areas and everything, and a lot of those
from the actual countries,
from the actual countries, that are in Epcot, and a lot of them actually had to leave because they're not doing those programs anymore or whatever. So I feel like even that you kind of lose out on that, because I did like there's certain, like we would ask them like, oh, how do you say this, or what's a word for that, or and it's not like being like, oh, I'm a stupid American. It's more like just kind of find out other people's cultures, and that's the whole point of it. You're going into the area and you're supposed to act like you're in that place or whatever. So I think you lose on that as well. And I feel bad for a lot of those people that had to go back, and the college students that are probably not going to be able to do that program or whatever. I'm saying overall, like I said, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm saying overall, I just don't see myself going back, seeing like we usually get pretty good deals. Like we know how to like work getting pretty good deals or whatever, but that's also getting good deals with everything available. And so I don't know. And a lot of things that were supposed to be for the 50th is going to get canceled.
Right.
Because because of all the funding and all the stuff that happened and everything. So a lot of things did kind of get scrapped or whatever. Tron is still happening.
They're still working on Tron.
And I think Ratatouille is still happening.
Right. But Mary Poppins.
The Mary Poppins thing isn't. They're still doing the Moana water thing. I think they're still doing that. I didn't really fully understand what that whole thing was about.
I think it's just something different.
Yeah. So yeah.
So one of my problems that like I say upset me, but I guess disappoints me is like you said also, is like you're supposed to go somewhere like that to just escape from reality, because it's all like fantasy stuff. It's all stuff that it's all make believe and things like that. And now everything is still all in your face.
Yeah.
And you have to wear the mask. You have to contain yourself in different things. Like the world outside that has all these things all these guidelines that you have to go by. I mean, granted, yes, I understand about safety and that you need to put the mask on and stay 6 feet away. But again, that's one of the problems is now you are in this park that you're supposed to like just forget about your troubles, forget about your worries, forget about your job, forget about all these things. But now you can't, because everywhere you look is the outside world.
Yeah. And it's not like you're in La La Land when you're in Disney. Like you still know you got to spend money, you still got to do whatever.
Right.
But you do kind of go into like this world of like you're a grown person and you see Mickey Mouse and you're like, oh my God, it's Mickey, and you go like, you turn back and like you said, like everyone's a kid in Disney. And so that you're still like in the world. But now it's like you see all these little
you're allowed
stickers.
to smile, you're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to do things that sometimes you feel like you can't do.
Yeah, you can walk around with the Mickey ears and the mini ears and everything, and it's like, so you can have some kind of escape. But now it's more of,
it's always in your face.
So now it's kind of like spilled over into the magical place. And
and like, I know not everyone wants to talk with everyone, and I know I'm a person that I don't want to talk with everyone, but I know that I'm not like everyone. I know a lot of people also like interacting with other not just cast members, but the actual people in the parks. Like if they're wearing a shirt, you like, oh, that's a cool shirt, where'd you get it? You know, now you have to stay 6 feet apart, and you don't get that interaction with other people.
You don't get to that social.
It's going to be completely different, and it's not a place of just,
you're not going to be fully and relaxed anymore. And everything. No, which there are some times when you're in Disney, you're not relaxed. Right. Like everyone knows, like those group tours.
There are Disney fights.
There are group tours,
we've seen those videos, and we've had a couple of experiences. Like we understand that that stress still happens.
Yeah, and people will be people anywhere, but it's still like all the other stuff. Yeah, it's just added with all that, you know. So I feel like overall, like for me, I don't feel like I would want to go back, even like if it's still the same way, because I don't really see it really being able to recover and being like completely.
They're not going to be able to recover that money.
Yeah, being completely different by time that we wanted to go. I don't think that I would probably spend the money or the time to go. So I don't know. I feel like. And it sucks. I feel bad for like people who probably were going to go for like their first trip this year and everything. I feel like really bad for them, because I know like my first trip, like I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was an adult. I wasn't even like, like I said, so it's one of those things where I feel bad for those people. And I hope that if they did decide to still go, that if things do get better, that they decide to go back and see like what true Disney is supposed to be like, because
I mean, but even still, like, think about the kids. They don't understand what some of it is. So
because like the whole thing with autographs, they can't get like sometimes you can get the characters' autographs. Now they just give you like a little postcard.
Right.
So you can't even like go up to the character and like, watch them. Don't you guys love when they have to like, some of the characters have to like put the mic
right,
put the notebook
up
there because they're like trying to look, and it's just like they won't experience that, or like go into like the dinners and like being able to dance with the characters and all this other stuff. So it's just not getting it at the full capacity. And I don't know. It's a sad thing.
It is very sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad, very disappointing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I don't want to say we're not going to go back, but that it deeply saddens me, because I was going through our pictures the other day and I'm just like, this is bad. I should not be going through these pictures because I want to go back right now.
Yeah.
But I know it's not going to be the same. Like with all of our pictures, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So.
And then also like on a side note, we were hoping to go to Carowinds this year, and they just put out an announcement that they're not opening at all.
Yeah, Cedar Fair Parks system was saying that they're going to be closed for the rest of the 2020.
Yeah, so that sucks also. And I think they were trying to figure out a way to work around, because they had like the people were saying they had like the tents up as far as like, where they were going to do like the temperature checks and all that other stuff. And they were even doing job fairs. Your mom was saying that also. So I think they were trying to figure out ways to work around all this. But
once the tents came down,
people knew that it was a done deal. And so I think their hands were just kind of tied in that. And that sucks also. It sucks once again, not even just for us being like people who are going to go enjoy it.
The people
who work there and the people who thought they were going to have potential jobs also. Because
I think that is probably the biggest thing out of everything is that there's a lot of people who, in the world today, people want these jobs. People need these jobs, and now they won't have that.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing that people like, because they're like, oh, I won't be able to go on my favorite roller coaster. It's like, yeah, but what about the guy who was like, I'm probably gonna get a job, even if it's not paying him a lot an hour, it's something coming in, and then now they're just like, it's not gonna happen. So have some compassion for that. So
definitely.
My overall thing is, if Disney stands the way it is, I'm gonna pass on it. I like to keep my memories and not.
So our initial thing is that we were going to try and do the 2021 for the 50th. But I know that technically it was supposed to be like October, November,
because we were waiting on Tron. Yeah.
Because that was going to be like the official date of the 50th. I don't know if they're going to start it like January 2021 or what, but Tron wasn't supposed to be finished till the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We normally go during like the
January,
February time. So we'd have to wait until like January 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still be doing the 50th, but technically I think they would be.
Yeah, probably. And the way things are going now, they're probably gonna try to milk it as much as they can.
So can we get another year and hope that things start to go back to normal and things start to open up more? I'm not positive on it.
I think it's gonna be Mad Max outside by then.
Well, maybe that'll be a new park. Maybe Disney will open a Mad Max park.
Oh man,
be the apocalypse.
Oh my gosh,
the apocalypse park.
You know, I have hope, and I hope that that's what it would be. But at current time, I would say I'd probably pass on it.
Unfortunately,
yeah. And I this is why you savor and you embrace and you appreciate and you're grateful for things, because you never know when it can be the last time you do it. And I know it's just, we're talking about Disney, but I say that with anything, because you never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's also why we do a lot of the stuff that we're doing. We're trying to talk to, appreciate everything that we learn about each other and everything.
Because who would have known that it was going to be, you know, that all this was going to just kind of be this way. So it's like things that you have, just be grateful for them, and you know, don't be like a stick in the mud while you're going through it. So, because you may not have that experience again, or have the ability to have that experience again.
Right.
But
some people's trips like that are once in a lifetime.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like a lot of the vloggers, like it's good that you live in Disney and you can talk and all that other stuff, and you can be like, well, you know, it's not that bad. Like there's this one vlogger, I'm not going to say his name, and I watch his videos a lot. And he was like, if you want to go, you can go, but you know, it's not that bad. You know, things are getting better, and they have like all these, you know, the temperature check is really quick and it's easy, and you have to wear a mask, but it's not that bad, and all this other stuff. But it's like, but you also live out there now, and you have the opportunity to go every day. You can just go one day and then do this one thing, and then go back home and then come back the next day. Or some people that they're saving for that one trip, you know, with their family. So it's like,
you want that trip to be the best trip that you've ever imagined.
Yeah. So it's like,
not a half-assed.
Yeah.
Kind of like
half-assed Disney. So it's like, I don't know. But that's about it. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys, like I said, we do like Disney, but at the same time, we do
love Disney.
Yeah, we do like getting our money's worth. So it's like, are you guys planning a trip? Were you planning a trip and you had to cancel it?
Were you planning a trip to anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere. Like, did you plan? That's true, because a lot of things were, you know, were kind of.
I mean, you could have been going to another state. You could have been going to another country.
Yeah,
you could have been doing anything.
Like, what was something that you planned?
Now all that's changed, and you don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and are you hesitant to like book that trip again or whatever, or just kind of you know, scrapped it or whatever? So let us know. Yeah. Check us out on Instagram at Downright Random, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and share our videos. If you're listening to us on audio, definitely give us a thumbs up and share there. And I think we did pretty good for a live one.
Yeah, for our first live one.
I didn't drop any F-bombs.
And I was being very good. I wasn't being controversial.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you watching, and we'll check you on the next one.
All right.
Later.
Peace.